10 Chinese longevity habits you can start today. Hello and welcome. For centuries, the world has looked to the East, particularly to China, with a sense of wonder about the secrets to a long and healthy life. We hear stories of people living well past 100, remaining active and full of vitality. It is not magic or some complicated secret that is out of reach. Instead, it is a collection of simple daily habits, deeply woven into the fabric of their culture. These are practices that have been passed down through generations, based on a profound understanding of the body and its connection to nature. They focus on balance, moderation, and nourishing life from the inside out. In our conversation today, we are going to explore 10 of these powerful longevity habits. These are not demanding routines or drastic changes. They are gentle adjustments and mindful practices that anyone at any age can begin to welcome into their own life. Starting today. Before we begin, I have a simple question for you. What is one small thing you do each day that you feel contributes to your well-being? It could be anything at all, a cup of tea in the morning, a short walk, or a moment of quiet reflection. Please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. I look forward to reading about the wonderful habits you already practice. Now let us delve into the first of our 10 Chinese longevity habits. The first habit is to embrace the practice of mindful movement through exercises like Tai Chi and Qigong. You may have seen groups of people in parks moving slowly and gracefully, their bodies flowing in unison. This is not just a form of gentle exercise, it is what is often described as meditation in motion. Tai Chi and Qigong are ancient Chinese practices that combine slow, deliberate movements, deep breathing, and a focused state of mind. The philosophy behind these practices is rooted in the concept of qi, which in traditional Chinese medicine is understood as the vital life force or energy that flows through our bodies. It is believed that for us to be healthy, our qi must flow freely and smoothly like a river. When this flow is blocked or stagnant, it can lead to imbalance and health problems. The gentle, flowing movements of Tai Chi and Qigong are designed to unblock these energy pathways, improve the circulation of qi, and restore harmony within the body. Think of your body as a garden. If the water in the irrigation channels is blocked, the plants cannot receive the nourishment they need to thrive. Tai Chi and Qigong are like clearing those channels, allowing life-giving energy to reach every part of your being. The movements are typically slow, circular, and never forced. They are performed with a sense of calm and focus, paying close attention to the sensations in your body and the rhythm of your breath. This mindfulness aspect is just as important as the physical movement itself. It helps to quiet the mind, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Modern science is now beginning to understand the profound benefits that these ancient practices offer, especially for older adults. Numerous studies have shown that regular practice of Tai Chi can improve balance and coordination, which is incredibly important for preventing falls. The slow weight-shifting movements strengthen the muscles in the legs and core, enhancing stability. It is a low-impact exercise, meaning it is gentle on the joints, making it an ideal form of activity for those with arthritis or other joint issues. Beyond balance, Tai Chi has been shown to increase flexibility, improve muscle strength, and even support cardiovascular health. The deep breathing techniques involved can enhance lung capacity and promote relaxation. Getting started with Tai Chi or Qigong is simpler than you might think. You do not need any special equipment or clothing. All you need is a small amount of space and a willingness to try. Many community centers, parks, and even online platforms offer beginner classes specifically designed for seniors. Look for a qualified instructor who can guide you through the basic movements and principles. It is important to listen to your body and move within your own comfort zone. The goal is not to perform the movements perfectly, but to move with intention and awareness. You can start today with a very simple Qigong exercise. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, your knees slightly bent, and your spine straight. Relax your shoulders and let your arms hang loosely at your sides. As you inhale slowly and deeply through your nose, gently raise your arms out to the sides and up towards the sky, as if you are gathering energy from the universe. As you exhale slowly through your mouth, bring your hands down in front of your body, as if you are gently pressing that energy down into the earth. Repeat this movement 5 to 10 times, focusing on the sensation of your breath and the gentle movement of your body. This simple exercise, which takes only a few minutes, can help to calm your mind, energize your body, and give you a taste of the profound benefits of mindful movement. Remember, the journey to longevity is not a sprint, but a series of gentle, mindful steps. Our second habit is deeply connected to the old saying, "You are what you eat." In China, this is taken a step further with the philosophy of food as medicine. The traditional Chinese diet is not about restriction or counting calories. Instead, it is about creating balance and harmony on your plate, and by extension, within your body. The core of this dietary wisdom is to eat a variety of natural whole foods with a strong emphasis on vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. Meat and fish are included, but often in smaller portions, used more as a flavoring rather than the centerpiece of the meal. One of the guiding principles is the concept of yin and yang. In this philosophy, foods are categorized as having either cooling yin or warming yang properties. A balanced diet seeks to incorporate both types of foods to maintain equilibrium in the body. For example, on a hot summer day, you might eat more cooling foods like cucumber or watermelon to counteract the external heat. In the winter, you might favor warming foods like ginger, garlic, or hearty soups to stay warm from the inside out. This intuitive way of eating helps the body adapt to the changing seasons and maintain its internal balance. A typical meal in a traditional Chinese household is a beautiful tapestry of colors, textures, and flavors. Imagine a table filled with several shared dishes, a plate of steamed leafy greens, a colorful stir-fry with a variety of vegetables like bell peppers, broccoli, and mushrooms, a bowl of clear soup with tofu and seaweed, a small portion of steamed fish with ginger and scallions, and a communal bowl of rice or other whole grains. This way of eating naturally encourages diversity. The Chinese Nutrition Society recommends that seniors aim to eat at least 12 different types of food daily and 25 different types weekly. This might sound like a lot, but when you think about a stir-fry with 5 different vegetables, a soup with 3 and a side of fish and rice, you can see how quickly it adds up. Let's look at some of the powerhouse foods that are staples in the Chinese longevity diet. Dark leafy greens like bok choy and kale are rich in vitamins and minerals. A variety of mushrooms, such as shiitake and oyster mushrooms, are valued for their immune-boosting properties. Goji berries, often called red diamonds, are packed with antioxidants and are believed to support eye health and graceful aging. You might find them steeped in tea or added to soups. Soy products, especially in their fermented forms like tofu and tempeh, are a regular source of protein. Green tea is another cornerstone of the diet, consumed throughout the day for its antioxidant benefits. The way food is prepared is also very important. Steaming, stewing, and quick stir-frying are favored cooking methods because they preserve the nutrients in the food without adding a lot of unhealthy fats. Deep frying and heavy, greasy foods are generally avoided, especially for the evening meal, as they can be difficult to digest. To start incorporating this habit, you do not need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Begin with small, simple changes. Try adding 1 more vegetable to your lunch and dinner. If you normally have a large piece of meat as the main course, try reducing the portion size and adding more vegetables and whole grains to your plate. For example, instead of a large steak with a small side of potatoes, consider a stir-fry with tender strips of beef and a generous amount of broccoli, carrots, and snow peas, served with a modest portion of brown rice. Aim for a plate that is vibrant and colorful. The more colors you see, the wider the range of nutrients you are getting. Consider starting your day with a warm, comforting breakfast. In China, a warm breakfast is seen as a way to gently awaken the digestive system. Instead of cold cereal with milk, you could try a bowl of oatmeal with some warming ginger and fruit, or even a simple vegetable soup. This small change can make a big difference in how you feel throughout the day. Remember, the goal is to nourish your body with a balanced and diverse array of whole foods, prepared in a way that is gentle on your digestive system. The third vital habit for a long and healthy life, deeply ingrained in Chinese culture, is the principle of prioritizing adequate and high-quality sleep. In traditional Chinese medicine, sleep is not merely a passive state of rest. It is considered a fundamental pillar of health, essential for the body to repair, restore, and rejuvenate itself. It is during the quiet hours of the night that the body does its most important work of healing and regeneration. This belief is closely tied to the natural rhythm of day and night, the cycle of yin and yang. Daytime is associated with yang energy, which is active, bright, and warm. Nighttime, on the other hand, is the domain of yin energy, which is cool, quiet, and nourishing. To live in harmony with this natural cycle, it is believed that we should be active during the day and allow our bodies to fully rest and recharge at night. A key aspect of this habit is not just the duration of sleep, but also the timing. There is a strong emphasis on going to bed early and waking up with the sun. Traditional Chinese medicine has what is known as the organ clock, which suggests that different organs have their peak energy and time for detoxification at specific times of the day and night. For instance, the hours between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. are considered crucial for the liver and gallbladder to do their cleansing work. Being asleep during this window is thought to be essential for supporting these vital detoxification processes. This ancient wisdom aligns with modern science's understanding of our body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm, which governs our sleep-wake cycle and many other bodily functions. Sticking to a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends, helps to keep this internal clock in balance. Creating a peaceful and conducive environment for sleep is also paramount. This means making your bedroom a sanctuary for rest, free from distractions. In Chinese culture, this translates to keeping the bedroom clean, uncluttered, and quiet. Modern interpretations of this principle would include minimizing exposure to artificial light, especially the blue light emitted from electronic screens like televisions, computers, and smartphones, for at least an hour before bedtime. This blue light can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals to your body that it is time to sleep. So how can you start cultivating this habit of restorative sleep? The first step is to establish a consistent routine. Try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time each day. This helps to regulate your body's internal clock. Begin to wind down at least an hour before you plan to sleep. This could involve turning off bright overhead lights and using a soft, warm lamp instead. Put away all electronic devices. Instead of watching television or scrolling through your phone, you might read a book, listen to calming music, or engage in some gentle stretching. A wonderful and very traditional Chinese practice to help prepare the body for sleep is a warm foot soak. Soaking your feet in hot water for about 15 to 20 minutes before bed can be incredibly relaxing. From a traditional Chinese medicine perspective, this practice helps to draw excess energy downward, away from an overstimulated mind, promoting a sense of calm and grounding. You can enhance the experience by adding some Epsom salts or a few drops of lavender essential oil to the water. Another helpful technique is gentle self-massage, particularly focusing on certain acupressure points that are known to promote sleep. One such point is called Anmian, which translates to peaceful sleep. You can find this point in the soft depression right behind your earlobe. Gently massaging this area with your fingertips for a few minutes can help to calm the mind. Another point is Shen Men, located on the crease of your inner wrist in line with your little finger. Applying gentle, steady pressure here can also be very soothing. Think of preparing for sleep as a gentle transition, a gradual letting go of the day's activities and stresses. By creating a calming bedtime ritual and honoring your body's natural need for rest, you are not just ensuring you feel more refreshed in the morning, you're investing in your long-term health and vitality. Our fourth habit shifts our focus from the physical to the mental and emotional realm. It is the practice of cultivating a positive attitude and maintaining emotional balance. In Chinese philosophy, the mind and body are not seen as separate entities, but as an interconnected whole. The state of our emotions has a direct and powerful impact on our physical health. This idea is central to traditional Chinese medicine, which recognizes that strong, prolonged emotions like anger, worry, or sadness can disrupt the flow of qi, our vital energy, and lead to illness. Therefore, a key to longevity is to live a life that is as emotionally harmonious as possible. This does not mean suppressing your feelings or pretending to be happy all the time. Life inevitably brings challenges and emotional ups and downs. The Chinese approach to emotional balance is more about acceptance, moderation, and finding healthy ways to process and release emotions. It is about striving for a state of inner peace and contentment, what is often referred to as keeping a quiet heart. This involves learning not to get overly caught up in the stresses and anxieties of daily life and to cultivate a sense of calm acceptance of life as it is. One of the most powerful tools for achieving this emotional equilibrium is the practice of mindfulness and meditation. These practices, which have been an integral part of Asian traditions for centuries, teach us to pay attention to the present moment without judgment. By simply observing our thoughts and feelings as they arise and pass, we can create a space between ourselves and our emotional reactions. This space allows us to respond to situations with more clarity and less reactivity. Meditation can help to quiet the constant chatter of the mind, reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, and promote an overall sense of well-being. Research has shown that regular meditation can have tangible health benefits such as lowering blood pressure and reducing inflammation. You can begin to cultivate this habit in very simple ways. You do not need to sit in a lotus position for an hour every day. Start with just 5 minutes. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor and your back straight. Close your eyes and simply bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and then leaving your body. Your mind will wander, and that is perfectly normal. When you notice your thoughts have drifted gently and without judgment, guide your attention back to your breath. That is all there is to it. This simple act of returning your focus to your breath again and again is a powerful exercise for the mind. Another way to foster a positive attitude is to find joy in the small things. Take time each day to notice and appreciate the simple pleasures of life. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the taste of a fresh piece of fruit, the sound of birds singing outside your window. This practice of gratitude can shift your focus from what is lacking in your life to the abundance that is already present. Breathing exercises are also a cornerstone of emotional regulation in Chinese practices. When you feel stressed or anxious, your breathing tends to become shallow and rapid. By consciously slowing down and deepening your breath, you can send a signal to your nervous system that it is time to relax. Try this simple breathing technique. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeating this several times can have an immediate calming effect. Finally, the concept of letting go is crucial. This means not dwelling on past grievances or worrying excessively about the future. It is about accepting that there are things we cannot control and choosing to focus our energy on what we can. This mindset of acceptance and non-attachment can free up a tremendous amount of mental and emotional energy, allowing us to live more fully and peacefully in the present moment. By nurturing your inner world as carefully as your physical body, you are embracing a truly holistic approach to health and longevity. The fifth habit we will explore is the profound importance of staying socially connected. In Chinese culture, strong family and community ties are not just a social nicety. They are considered a fundamental source of energy and a cornerstone of a long, healthy life. The belief is that human beings are social creatures who thrive on connection, and that isolation can be detrimental to both mental and physical well-being. Grandparents often live with their children and grandchildren in multi-generational households, playing an active and valued role in family life. There is a deep sense of mutual support and respect between the generations. This traditional wisdom is now being overwhelmingly supported by modern scientific research. Study after study has shown a powerful link between social connection and longevity. One large study of older Chinese adults found that those who socialized daily had significantly lower annual death rates compared to those who were isolated. Another major analysis revealed that having strong social networks can increase your chances of living longer by as much as 50%. To put that in perspective, the health risk of loneliness and social isolation has been compared to that of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So why is social connection so protective? The benefits are multifaceted. On a psychological level, having a network of friends and family provides a sense of belonging, purpose, and emotional support. Knowing that there are people you can turn to in times of need helps to buffer the effects of stress. Sharing positive experiences and laughter with others can boost your mood and create a more optimistic outlook on life. Engaging in social activities also keeps the mind active and stimulated, which is important for cognitive health. On a physical level, positive social interactions can have a direct impact on our biology. They can help to regulate stress hormones, lower blood pressure, and reduce inflammation, all of which are linked to a lower risk of chronic diseases like heart disease. Furthermore, our social networks can influence our health behaviors. We are more likely to stay active, eat a healthy diet, and seek medical care when we are encouraged and supported by those around us. For many older adults, maintaining a strong social life can become more challenging due to factors like retirement, mobility issues, or the loss of loved ones. However, it is precisely at this stage of life that making an effort to stay connected is more important than ever. The key is to be proactive and intentional about nurturing your relationships. How can you start to strengthen your social connections today? If you have family nearby, make a point to schedule regular visits or phone calls. If distance is a barrier, embrace technology. Video calls can be a wonderful way to see the faces of your loved ones and feel more connected. Beyond family, look for opportunities to engage with your community. Senior centers often offer a wide range of activities, from exercise classes to card games to art workshops. Joining a club or group that aligns with your interests is a fantastic way to meet like-minded people. This could be a book club, a gardening group, a walking club, or a choir. Volunteering is another powerful way to build social ties while also finding a renewed sense of purpose. Sharing your time and skills to help others can be incredibly rewarding and provides a natural way to connect with people from different backgrounds. Even small everyday interactions can make a difference. Strike up a conversation with a neighbor, chat with the cashier at the grocery store, or simply smile at people you pass on the street. These seemingly minor moments of connection can accumulate and contribute to a greater sense of well-being. If you find yourself feeling lonely, please know that it is a common experience and there is no shame in reaching out for help. Talk to a trusted family member, friend, or healthcare provider about how you are feeling. The most important thing is to take that first step. Just as you tend to a garden to help it grow, you must actively tend to your social relationships to keep them and yourself thriving for years to come. Our sixth habit brings us back to the kitchen, but with a specific focus on the healing power of herbal teas. For thousands of years in China, herbal teas have been much more than just a pleasant beverage. They are considered gentle yet potent medicinal infusions, a cornerstone of daily self-care and a key practice for nourishing life, or yang sheng. This tradition is rooted in the deep understanding of the therapeutic properties of various plants, flowers, roots, and seeds. Each ingredient is carefully selected for its specific health benefits, and combinations are often created to address particular needs and restore balance within the body. The philosophy behind this practice is that by consistently consuming these natural remedies, we can support our body's own healing abilities, strengthen our organ systems, and promote overall vitality. It is a gentle, proactive approach to health, focusing on prevention and maintaining balance rather than just treating illness after it arises. Let's explore some of the most popular and revered herbal teas in the Chinese tradition and their reputed benefits. One of the most well-known is ginseng tea. Ginseng is considered a powerful adaptogen, which means it helps the body adapt to stress. It is renowned for its ability to boost energy, enhance cognitive function, and combat fatigue. For someone feeling run down or mentally sluggish, a cup of ginseng tea can be a wonderful pick-me-up. Another celebrated ingredient is the goji berry, which we mentioned earlier in our discussion on diet. Often steeped into a tea, these small red berries are nutritional powerhouses, packed with antioxidants. They are particularly prized for their ability to support eye health and strengthen the immune system. Goji berry tea is often consumed to promote graceful aging from the inside out. For moments when you need to calm your mind and soothe your nerves, chrysanthemum tea is a popular choice. These beautiful yellow flowers create a light, floral brew that is known for its cooling properties. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is often used to help detoxify the liver, improve vision, and reduce inflammation. A cup of chrysanthemum tea in the evening can be a lovely way to unwind. Jujube tea, made from dried red dates, is another favorite, especially among women. Jujubes are rich in vitamins and are believed to enrich the blood and calm the spirit. This tea has a naturally sweet and comforting flavor and is often used to improve sleep and reduce stress. Ginger tea is perhaps one of the most widely used herbal remedies around the world, and it holds a special place in Chinese tradition. It is known for its warming properties and is excellent for aiding digestion, alleviating nausea, and soothing an upset stomach. A cup of hot ginger tea can be particularly comforting on a cold day or when you feel a cold coming on. How can you begin to incorporate this wonderful habit into your daily routine? You can find many of these dried herbs and flowers at Asian grocery stores or online from reputable suppliers. To make a simple tea, you typically just need to steep about a teaspoon of the dried herb in a cup of hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. You can also find pre-packaged tea bags for convenience. A great way to start is with goji berry tea. Simply take a small handful of dried goji berries, which is about 1 tablespoon, and place them in a mug. Pour hot but not boiling water over them and let them steep for about 10 minutes. As they steep, they will plump up and release their beneficial compounds into the water. You can drink the tea and then eat the softened berries. It is a simple, pleasant, and nourishing ritual to add to your day. You can also create simple combinations. For example, a classic pairing is chrysanthemum flowers with a few goji berries. This balances the cooling nature of the chrysanthemum with the nourishing properties of the goji. The amounts do not have to be exact. A good starting point would be about 5 to 6 dried chrysanthemum flowers and about 10 goji berries per cup. Think of your daily cup of herbal tea as a form of liquid nourishment, a simple and enjoyable way to support your body's health and vitality. It is a moment to pause, to savor the subtle flavors and aromas, and to connect with a tradition of natural healing that has stood the test of time. The 7th habit is one that might seem counterintuitive in a world that often glorifies intense, high-impact workouts. It is the wisdom of choosing consistency over intensity in physical activity. The Chinese approach to exercise for longevity is not about pushing your body to its limits. Instead, it is about integrating regular, gentle movement into the fabric of daily life. The belief is that movement is essential for life, and that the body must remain active to stay healthy and vital. However, this activity should be sustainable and enjoyable, something you can do every day for the rest of your life. We have already talked about the beautiful practices of Tai Chi and Qigong, which are perfect examples of this philosophy. But this habit extends beyond formal exercise sessions. It is about creating a lifestyle that is inherently active. In many parts of China, especially in the longevity villages, you will not find people spending hours in a gym. Instead, you will see them engaged in natural, purposeful movement throughout the day. They walk to the market, they work in their gardens, they do chores by hand, and they take leisurely strolls in the park with friends and family. This constant low-level activity keeps their bodies strong, flexible, and resilient. The key principle here is avoiding a sedentary lifestyle. Sitting for prolonged periods has been called the new smoking for its detrimental effects on health. It can lead to poor circulation, muscle weakness, and a host of chronic diseases. The Chinese longevity model shows us that the antidote to this is not necessarily an hour of grueling exercise each day, but rather breaking up long periods of sitting with frequent movement. So, how can you embrace this habit of consistent, gentle movement? The first step is to look for opportunities to move more in your daily routine. Instead of driving to the corner store, could you walk instead? When you are on the phone, could you pace around the room rather than sitting in a chair? When watching television, could you get up and stretch during the commercial breaks? These small changes can add up to a significant increase in your daily activity levels. Walking is one of the most accessible and beneficial forms of gentle exercise. It requires no special equipment, can be done almost anywhere, and is easy on the joints. Aim for a brisk walk for 30 minutes most days of the week. You do not have to do it all at once. 3 10-minute walks are just as effective. Find a walking buddy to make it a social activity which combines the benefits of movement with the power of connection. Gardening is another wonderful way to stay active. It involves a variety of movements like bending, stretching, and lifting, which can improve strength and flexibility. Plus, it connects you with nature and provides the added reward of fresh vegetables or beautiful flowers. Stretching is also incredibly important, especially as we age. Gentle stretching helps to maintain flexibility, improve range of motion in the joints, and relieve muscle tension. You can incorporate simple stretches into your morning routine to wake up your body, or do them in the evening to wind down before bed. Simple neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, and gentle torso twists can make a big difference in how you feel. The goal is to find forms of movement that you genuinely enjoy. If exercise feels like a chore, you are unlikely to stick with it. Perhaps you love to dance. Put on some music and dance around your living room for 15 minutes. Maybe you enjoy swimming. Look for a local pool with senior swim times. The best exercise is the one that you will do consistently. Let's think about a practical comparison. Instead of pushing yourself to run for 30 minutes once a week, which might be hard on your joints and difficult to maintain, try to accumulate 30 to 40 minutes of gentle to moderate activity every single day. This could look like a 15-minute walk in the morning, 10 minutes of gardening in the afternoon, and 10 minutes of gentle stretching before bed. This approach is not only kinder to your body, but it also helps to build a sustainable habit that becomes a natural part of your life. Remember, the tortoise, with its slow and steady pace, won the race. The path to longevity is paved with consistent, gentle movement, day after day. The eighth habit that we will explore is a very simple, yet profound dietary principle. Practice moderation and stop eating when you are 70 to 80% full. This concept, known in some cultures as hara hachi bu, is a cornerstone of the traditional Chinese approach to eating and is believed to be a significant contributor to a long and healthy life. It stands in stark contrast to the common Western habit of eating until we are completely stuffed, often cleaning our plates regardless of our body's signals. The philosophy behind this practice is rooted in a deep respect for the digestive system. Traditional Chinese medicine teaches that overeating places a heavy burden on our digestive organs, particularly the spleen and stomach. When we consistently eat too much, we force our digestive system to work overtime, which can deplete its energy, or qi. Over time, this can lead to poor digestion, sluggishness, weight gain, and a host of other health problems. By stopping before we are completely full, we give our digestive system the space and energy it needs to do its job efficiently. Think of your stomach like a mixing bowl. If you fill it to the very brim, it is very difficult to mix the ingredients properly. But if you leave some space at the top, you can mix everything together with ease. The same is true for your stomach. Leaving a little room allows for better digestion and nutrient absorption. This practice is not about deprivation or calorie counting. It is about becoming more mindful and attuned to your body's natural signals of hunger and satiety. It takes about 20 minutes for your stomach to send a signal to your brain that it is full. When we eat quickly, we can easily bypass this signal and consume far more food than our body actually needs. The key to practicing this habit is to eat slowly and mindfully. So how can you put this into practice? First, slow down, take smaller bites, and chew your food thoroughly. Savor the flavors and textures of your meal. Put your fork down between bites. This not only aids in digestion, but also gives your brain time to register that you are eating. Before you begin a meal, take a moment to assess your level of hunger. Are you truly hungry, or are you eating out of habit, boredom, or stress? As you eat, pay close attention to how your body feels. Notice the point at which you no longer feel hungry.